Hey everybody, my name's Jeremy. I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, but I haven't really posted anything to it. So I figured now's as good a time as any to start posting, since a lot of people are getting on the YouTube bandwagon. So figure I might as well also. But I struggled with what can I make a YouTube video on. I don't have just a ton of special talents or anything like that, but I do own a farm. So what I'm going to review are things that I've bought, I guess, for use at the farm or just general use, because I love to do carpentry work and a little bit of welding. You kind of have to do a little bit of everything while owning a farm, because stuff breaks down. Stuff breaks down a lot. So you have to kind of know a little bit of a lot of things. So to be able to work on those things, I've got to have some specialty tools and things. Sometimes those things cost a lot of money, sometimes they don't. But I figure I'm going to start with probably reviewing a couple of items, maybe one or two a video, or make some short videos, just do one thing at a time. So we're going to start today with a booster box, I think that's what you call it. We're going to start with a booster box made by NOCO, N-O-C-O. And mine is the 4250 amp model. And I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about it. I bought it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description too, to the link directly to the booster box. And you can also click on their store, because they've got several different sizes. But this is the size that I wanted because I have a lot of bigger equipment. So this is kind of what I wanted to do. So let's take a look at it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we will talk about this. This is the NOCO Boost X, and the actual model number right here, it's GBX155. It is 12 volt. The wires are wrapped around the sides, and these clamps here, I will show you, are very good clamps. They're made very well. They're very strong, very good material there. And they clamp around these little pieces of plastic right here on the side, which honestly are not flimsy in themselves. They're actually very, very well built, very, very strong. And they just clamp on just like this, wraps around the back just like this, and they clamp on the sides. So it's like a nice, neat little package. You can even use these wires for a handle if you want to, just to kind of help you hold it just a little bit, or just carry it. I wouldn't swing it or anything like that, but you can kind of use it like your finger, kind of like that, just as an extra hold for it. And we'll go over here some of the ports that are on this thing. There's two on this. Yeah, there's two on this. No, excuse me, three on this end. This one right here is USB-C. It's actually an in and an out. This is USB-C out, and it's USB-C in. This is actually where you charge it also. You can charge it with 110. I keep mine in my truck on a 12 volt charger. They both come with the actual device. You just plug it in, charges up, and you have a dial indicator I'll show you here in a minute. And here is two regular USB-A? I think it's USB-A. I think that's what they call that you can plug in there, and they hold those. They'll give a pretty good little charge out. Let's see here if this tells. Yeah, USB-C out at 12 volt is 3 amps, 15 volt 3, yeah, maximum 3 amp out on the USB-C, and the USB-A is maximum 2.1 amp out. This whole thing is a 99 watt hour lithium ion battery that's in this. Like I said, it does very, very well, and these two have little gaskets on them that helps it to stay water, I won't say waterproof, but water resistant. This one's actually gotten splashed several times before. As you can see, it doesn't really damage it, doesn't curl up any of this. This stays stuck down pretty well. When you turn it on, see this one, yeah, you turn it on right there. That shows your charge indicator, and then once you hook it to a car, this will actually start flashing. This, you just kind of go from here, back and forth. That means it is basically ready to boost your vehicle. Now it does have a 60-second timer also that this will time out. So if you leave this on, don't worry, it's not going to run the battery completely down. It will just time out after approximately 60 seconds. It might be 59 seconds or so, but it does time out after a little while. Then you can turn it off here. I always like to turn mine off. You can rely on the timers. There's nothing wrong with them. This one works very well, but just for my just for me, I like to turn them off. And also it does have a light here on the end. So we'll turn it back on here, and there's a light button right here. You press that, you see how bright that is. Also dims, and dims a little further. There's 3 dim settings, looks like. And there's also a strobe. Three flashes and then off. So there we go. Okay, so that's kind of what we've got as far as just a general overview of the actual booster box itself. So now you may say, well, okay, that's fantastic. We know exactly what is pretty much on the description on Amazon. Yay, great. What does it actually start though? What is it capable of starting? What kind of capacity? What can you do with it that will benefit and give you a reason to buy it? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put it to a test. I have a piece of equipment right there. That is a JCB 214 backhoe. It's a 2006 model. It has I think it's a 98 horse Perkins engine in it. So it's a 98 horsepower engine. That kind of tells you it's a very big machine. Weighs 18,000 pounds. Front end loader has a lift capacity of 9,000 pounds. The back end has a lift capacity of approximately 16,000 pounds. It's a massive piece of equipment. It's 4-wheel drive. The whole 9 yards. Is just a big, big front end loader and backhoe. The battery on it is very, very weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk to it and I'm going to spin it over so you can hear it. I'll let you hear how weak the battery is, and then I'm going to hook the booster box up to it, turn it on, and start it, and let you see how fast that goes. So, here we go. As you can see, it will not start right now. We'll put this, you're setting it on top of the battery, and the nice thing is these leads are not live until you turn it on. So, I mean, I wasn't just keep clacking them together, but it is a good safety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, I'm going to hit the power button, and then it's going to start flashing those lights, and now we're going to see if this will start. So as you can see, not really any problems starting that size machine. I also have a 2013 F350. It will start it with the battery pretty much completely dead. I had 2 bad batteries and it will start it off. In fact, we used it twice. We were working on another F250 here, and my dad also has an F250. And we were able to use this same box here, and we were able to start both of them twice in a row. Just to kind of test it out, and really it only brought the lines down. It brought it to just inside the orange here, so I'd probably say maybe 60%ish, something like that, because when I plugged it back into my truck cigarette lighter, it was flashing those 2 and then it went immediately to that one. So I would say it was just under 50% or so. Now, there are a few other things on this that I want you to be aware of. I haven't used them, and I probably wouldn't recommend you using them because it's going to really degrade the life of this. But right here, beside these lines, you know, when you turn it on, you'll see these right here, and these will flash. You can actually hit override and override the safety features in this. And the safety features are, this is a snowflake. It basically means if it's too cold, it won't do anything, just to make sure the battery doesn't get harmed. This is also a temperature thing. If it's too hot, same thing. It won't do anything, so the battery won't explode, won't overdo anything or just ruin it. And this one here, this overrides the timer, so it will stay on. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Probably not. Might get a little bit warm, but the big thing is it's going to completely run the battery down, so it won't time out anymore. And this one right here is a little, it's hard to see, it's a little sideways square. It's got a little exclamation point in it. Basically what that is if there's anything going wrong with this, the battery's going bad, any issues internally, just any problems with this thing, that's going to light up because it does its own little self-test procedure, I guess you'd say. So it does kind of maintain that and everything. And it also tells you here's the operating temperatures, you know, don't crush, heat above 60 degrees Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit, don't incinerate. It says don't use it during wet conditions. I mean, don't use it in the pouring down rain, you know. But also, too, I wouldn't start this thing, I mean, with this sitting in water or the battery sitting in water. Truthfully, you're going to dry everything off to the best of your abilities before you use this, you know. So it does pretty well. The charging temperature here is 0 to 40 Celsius. Storage temperature optimal is -20 to 50 degrees Celsius. So this thing can still get pretty cold and still work very, very well. Thank you guys for kind of bearing with me on my first little YouTube review here. I think I'm just going to stop with this one item right now, as I'm still trying to get the hang of this and still trying to get how to get everything uploaded and all the links and everything in the description. So, but if you like this, please subscribe, like the video, follow me on here. I think it'll help the algorithm, that's what they call it. So hopefully it'll, I don't know, maybe it'll turn into something good, and I'll be able to give y'all a lot of information and on stuff that I've bought. Like I said, I wasn't given the NOCO thing. I purchased it. It was approximately, I think it was just under $400. It was expensive, but like I say, I own every piece of equipment I own. It will start. I have no issue with it at all, and it's worth it to me. Like I say, because if you're out in the middle of the field, you not always able to get a truck out there or something with jumper cables. It's nice to be able to hook that thing up, go. You don't have to worry about it. Just fire something up and just take off and do what you're doing. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. See ya.